Well, how's it going, everybody? My name is HazardousDaniel, and welcome to the start of a brand new journey, a grand adventure, if you will, that we are going to go on here in my brand new mod pack, Minecraft Unlimited. Yeah, if you weren't aware, about a week ago, I put a mod pack for Minecraft together that just threw together a lot of my favorite mods in a very fun way that I wanted to play and release to the public. So today we are going to be diving into a brand new adventure featuring this pack. And as you can see around me, we've spawned into a lovely region. And oh, look at that, look over there. Yes, we are using distant horizons today. Now, as we generate more terrain, we'll be able to see more off into the distance, though we are currently in a very lovely valley here. And oh, look up there. We've got a church, which we can look more into that much later. But the main focus of the series is going to be on Create and making a lot of different factories, because Create is probably my favorite Minecraft mod of all time, and I want to make some really fun things. And that's going to include turning this whole landscape into a series of factories that are going to funnel one big endeavor that I want to make. I want to cover these hills with grapes. I want to open a vineyard, and we are going to do that, where we're going to have a lot of wines and cheeses and many other things. But before we can have a vineyard, we're gonna need factories. Before we can have factories, we're gonna need farms. And before we can have farms, we are going to need a house. And that's what we're going to make today. So let's not waste any more time and let's get into the adventure. Now, I was lucky enough to find this area, this beautiful little island that's actually surrounded by water. And what I think we're gonna do is go across here, because obviously our little island doesn't have any trees, but we're going to make a water wheel. And that's gonna be the start of our Create side of this adventure, where we're gonna use some power based on this lovely river here. And listen to the sounds. Oh, the sound effects, the ambient wind and everything. There's gonna be a lot to explore. I know a good portion of my own mod pack, but at the end of the day, there are a lot of mods that I have yet to fully explore, and there's gonna be a lot of learning. And there's a house over here. There's a little house, and I hope that could either be a friend or a foe, but we're gonna find out. Yeah, looking at this a little closer, that is indeed a foe. That, I believe, is an illusioner house, which I have run into them before. I've taken over a house before playing this. Oh, monkeys! Monkeys! Look at that, and butterflies, and there's so much to do, but we don't want to get too close to that illusioner, because he is dangerous and he'll duplicate into multiple versions of himself, and so I think staying away from him is going to be our best bet for now. But we're going to go through the basic rigmarole of Minecraft. We're going to pick up some tools, we're going to pick up some coal, and we're going to pick up some supplies to build our little water wheel factory area, which we're going to live in for the first couple episodes here. So let me speed this up with a quick time lapse, and I'll meet back with you guys once I have my supplies. Alright, so we've made ourselves a quick set of tools here. In fact, I'm going to throw away these wooden tools right here. I didn't bother making a stone shovel yet, because I just don't feel like it. But that should do us for now. But what we want to bring back before we head back to our main island area is we definitely want to bring back some saplings so we can populate our island with as many trees. And I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and maybe next time make a tree farm, a circular tree farm with some items from Create. And check out how fast these leaves decay. I love that. I love the leaf decay, the fast leaf decay, and then they'll drop on the ground as well. And they'll sort of change the landscape a little bit, allow you to grow some mushrooms. The ground will decay and nutrient the soil, I suppose. We've even got these little sticks from the Vibrant Journeys mod. It's great. I love it. I think we can pick these up. Yeah, I think we can pick these twigs up, and I think we could turn them into Minecraft regular sticks, which is awesome. Oh my god, what is that? We're gonna have to explore that someday. Is that just a floating island? I think it might be. Now, this version of the mod pack isn't currently available. I think I mentioned that before, but what is available right now is the previous version. We are running on 1.20.1 right now, but you can download Minecraft Unlimited for 1.19.2, and eventually you will be able to download this version as well. I just want to go through and do some tweaking and changing, and use this time as some play testing to make sure it's up to snuff and really, really good for release. But until then, yeah, you can play the original version, which features some different mods. Like this one includes Terralith, where the other ones include Biomes Aplenty and other biomes you'll go. But I'm trying it out. I might swap out some of these mods for other ones, but that is yet to be seen. I'll have to get more into that. Though, night appears to be falling upon us, and we have to get back and set up some sort of shelter for the night. Biggest priority is going to be getting torches made up so we can mitigate the mob spawning and everything, so I'm gonna place some torches around this nice area. I think we're gonna start here on this coastline and set up our water wheel right here. Because while I do enjoy cheese, you know, this type of cheese, I don't enjoy gaming cheese all that much. I like to actually make things make sense within the world of Minecraft, and where you can have a create water wheel without a flowing water source, like an artificial pond that you've made. I don't really enjoy that, so I think we're gonna try to make all of our machinery that's gonna be powered by water, wind, or anything like that seem to have some sort of finite or limited resource. That'll just make it feel like we're not cheating too badly. I mean, Create adds a lot of new progression mechanics and a lot of different things, but I think it's gonna be okay. I do love Create a lot. So I'm gonna plant these trees, and we're gonna start building the foundation of a little shed. And we gotta come up with a name for this vineyard as well, so if you have a name for this vineyard, leave it in the comments below, and we might just name it after your comment. And also, while you're down there, why don't you go ahead and leave a like on this video, and also subscribe if you're new, because we've had a lot of new subscribers coming recently, and I couldn't be more thankful for everyone who's subscribed, so you don't want to miss out on anything. Subscribe, hit that bell, like the video, all that jazz. And we seem to have made a friend here. There's a gull here, there's a seagull, and I can actually, one of my favorite mods that I've put in this is the carry on mod, which allows us to pick up pretty much any entity, and there are zombies coming, so I should put the gull down, and it looks like we're gonna have to fight our way out of this one. Yes. Oh, I hear a drown behind me as well, so, you know, not the way I expected we would be spending our first night, but all's well that seems to end well. I think one thing I want to do really quickly is we are running low on food, and I don't see any edible mobs, although, are you edible? Are you edible? Can I consume you? Avast! Oh, God! Oh, yeah, I can absolutely eat you. I got some raw bird meat for that, so let's make ourselves up a little, like, crafting table, or not a crafting table, a furnace. Although we need some more stones. I'll get that real quick. So I've just dug this little mine shaft down in here that I think we're going to use to get a majority of our resources for now, but I'm going to throw this together and make us a furnace. We'll cook up that bird meat, and then we'll get into the design of this house once the sun comes up, but I will catch up with you guys once that happens. Okay, now that the sun is up, I feel a little bit more confident in exploring. We've gotten ourselves a lovely oak chest over here from Quark, and I've sort of set up a farm over here because I'm very low on health. That night was a little bit cruel to me, but our trees still haven't grown, and because of that, I think we're gonna take a quick trip up to this chapel over here, which it is a lovely little chapel, isn't it? It's very nice looking, so I'm gonna see if there's maybe a chest up in there. I believe this comes from the meadow mod, and that must mean that we are right next to a meadow biome, and what is going on over there? What am I looking at? That is a miniature pillager outpost, so we gotta be real careful over there until we can get our health up. It's gonna actually be good that we live next to a meadow biome, because if you see over here when I get to the top of this waterfall, see that darker section of stone over there? That is limestone, and limestone is gonna be very, very crucial for the cheese making process. So if we're gonna run a proper vinery and winery, we are going to need to make cheese as well, at least in my humble opinion. And so having limestone is gonna be crucial in that process, getting an automated cheese system going. Also, cheese is one of the best foods you can have in this mod pack. I think it almost does a whole bar of saturation, which saturation is really good and helps you make sure you're getting your health back up when you eat your food. So that's gonna be something we're gonna have in spades eventually. I'll also grab this pine tree right here. Pine's gonna be good as well. Again, lots of things in the meadow mod require pine and meadow specific trees to make, so we're definitely gonna need this for like a cheese press and other things that are in this pack. But without further ado, that is a lovely church. Oh, and I think we may have solved our food problem here, at least temporarily, because we have a cherry tree right here, courtesy of the vinery pack. Delicious, delicious. They don't do a lot, but we have a lot of them, so we should have a full hunger bar in no time. Now this church would be a lovely place to renovate into something for our own purposes, and here's a little chest with nothing inside of it, but that's okay. Ooh, I am gonna take this cauldron, however. This wooden cauldron will come in handy. And we also have a shelf, and we have a nice table here. Ah, a lovely place. Look at the stained glass. Well, not much to discover in here. It's got a lectern, a couple benches, but I think I want to leave most of this intact. We might have a purpose for this structure yet. Ooh, it does appear that there is a way up to the bell tower. Can I get up there with the amount of dirt I have? There we go. What have we here? Oh, a little sleeping quarters and a straw bed. Well, oh, there's my raw bass. I will be taking this bed right here. This must be, and look at that. Cheese, a perfect cooking ingredient. Look how much saturation this does. Can I see? Yeah, this one, this is a hearty meal. This is just a piece of regular cheese. I think there is a cheese that does a full bar of saturation as well, which is gonna be fantastic. What awaits us up here? A lovely bell. A lovely bell. I can ring it. And we can see, that gives you a great view of the area we have to work with. So that's where we're settled, right over there. And so my goal is to turn this whole island into a giant operation and cover these hills, like I said, in grapes. Such a lovely view. Look, you can see so far in the distance. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get back down there. And I want to start designing a small shack for us to live in. And I think I will turn that into a quick montage once we get back down to our island. Oh, wait, never mind. Change of plans. I found another structure here. Man, there are structures all over the place in this mod pack. Hello? Well, this isn't too bad. Well, I was gonna make a shack. I think we're still gonna make a shack. We again might repurpose some of these structures. This would make a lovely small stable for a while. So maybe we could turn this into an animal pen eventually. Although we could fully relocate over to this side. Yep, I think I've settled it. I think I'm gonna do it. I think we're gonna put our water wheel right here. But first, before we can put the water wheel, I gotta build a shack. And just as I was about to begin making the house, it started raining, and I can't sleep yet. So what I think we're gonna do for now is create ourselves a nice little temporary shelter in here that we can work out of while we make our first workshop. And that's not too bad. We'll put the bed there, crafting table there. We've also got this cauldron, which I have no reason to have this overgrown stone here. But we're gonna put this cauldron nicely in the corner. Can this collect rainwater? I don't know if that's a part of these mods. We'll leave that outside and see if that collects rainwater. If not, I might consider getting a mod that allows for that. So I think I found a good image for inspiration for what I want to make this house look like, and thankfully it is becoming nighttime, so we're gonna sleep. And it appears that we are not alone. Oh, we will have to save that for next time because we got to get this house built up so we can begin generating power. So I think now, once I wake up, it is going to be time for a lovely little building montage. What in the world is that? Oh, there must be... I think I know what that is. There is a man down here. There must be with a backpack. But that is a creeper right there. Wait, where's our man? Is he in here? Oh, shoot! Oh! What in the world was that? I thought that was a zombie with a backpack. They can sometimes spawn in and they can be playing music, but that was a musical creeper right there. Okay, and so that is a pretty good foundation, I think. I think it's pretty clear what I'm gonna do here, although I may want to go back one with this because I want the water wheel to be right here, but I want it to be centered, and the big water wheel needs one block to be centered on, so I might expand that backward, but I may need some more materials in order to do that, and I need to go mining, and I haven't done much of that yet, so let's take this quick opportunity to hit up the mines a little bit. We're gonna need some more coal for some torches, but I think we are underway for a pretty good little starter home. And since we're building over here, I think, yeah, 100% we're gonna turn that into a little stable. So if we come across any animals in our journey, we are going to pick them up and bring them home with us. I think before we head underground, one thing I definitely need more of is more of those trees. I'm gonna need a lot of birch for the base of the house, but I'm gonna need a lot of that pine as well for those pillars. And there appears to be a bee. There's a bee. Wonderful. What is this spire over here? What's going on here? Oh, should I press the button? I don't think the button does anything. What is this odd spire? I have no idea, but it's full of resources that I want, so... Oh, I'm glad I did, because there were oil lamps inside. That's wonderful. Well, I wanted this for the decorating blocks, but I will also accept that. I want the base of the building to be white, but for the detailing stage, we're gonna need birch, but we're also gonna need some calcite and diorite and things like that. Why am I using a pickaxe on a log? But in order to get that, that's gonna take a little bit longer. So I think I'm gonna do the whole structure in just birch, and then eventually I will go back and do the decorating and the detailing once we have more time. Okay, so we're back at the house. I've brought this in by one, so we have a much more centered place for our water wheel to eventually go. But like I said, we're gonna just fill this in currently with all birch logs, and eventually I'll go back and put some calcite in and some diorite. Is diorite the one that fits this color palette? I think it is. So just give me a moment. I'm gonna get this built up, and we should be good to start working on the actual water wheel part. That's sort of going in the direction that I want it to. Again, I think it'll look a lot better when we do the detailing. But what I want to do right now is we'll get back more into building in just a little bit, but I want to go ahead and get into the create stuff. And at the core of create is one specific material, and that is andesite. So let me quickly craft up a chest, and we'll put this chest over here. I do love these quark chests a lot. They're very nice, and I'll save that, all these blocks, for the detailing phase of the house. But for now, we're just gonna enter into the mines and see if we can mine up a good portion of andesite, which, if I remember correctly from trying to gather some iron up, I think is right down here. One of the biggest things we're gonna need to make is definitely an andesite farm, a factory that just pumps out andesite, which I'm not exactly sure how to manufacture this in bulk, but mining it is not gonna be an option for very long. We are gonna need more and more and more of this as this series progresses, and it is something that we are going to need way more than just a simple mining machine can even generate. Now, fortunately, we're not gonna need as much zinc as we're gonna need andesite, so a few ingots should be good, and I know I have some back at the house, but I'm gonna gather up a little bit more and fight my way through this mine down in here. Excuse me, sir, you're in my way. And I'll grab some iron while we're here. Ah, zinc, perfect, right here, right around my corner. And can I get this with my current level? No, I cannot apparently. Well, it's a good thing I went back for my wood. Perfect, and actually this amount of zinc should be all we need to get our little process up and running. What is required for a millstone? Because that is, I think, gonna be our first powered structure here. Millstone. Where is the millstone? Where has millstone gone, huh? Where's the millstone? Well, it would appear that something is going a little funky with my JEI right now, because I cannot for the life of me see how to make ingredients for base create things, even though the mod is currently installed. So I'm gonna have to look into getting that fixed, which that's one of the beautiful things about this series, is that it's gonna be a lot of testing and making sure that this works before I release it out to the public. But nevertheless, we'll figure out how to make a millstone later, but that is what we are going to try to power. So let's get home here without looking the Enderman in the eyes, and we will make ourselves some andesite alloy. Alright, so there we go. We have some zinc done right here, and the first thing I'm gonna do is turn this zinc into 9 nuggets, and then take these nuggets and combine them together with our andesite, and that creates us an andesite alloy. So there we have it. So with these andesite alloys, this is basically going to be the entrance into everything else that we do, including shafts right here, which 2 andesite alloys becomes a shaft. Another thing we're going to need is a cog, and I believe that is a shaft as well as some wood surrounding it. So let me get our wood out. Can we turn these into planks? I cannot turn that into planks, but I have planks right here, so let me see about this. I believe it's as simple as this, or is it a shaft in the center? Ah, but that is the recipe for a water wheel right there, so we will go ahead and make that. And I think if we surround it with more wood, we can get our larger water wheel. So let me find, where did I put all of my wood? I must, here it is right here. Perfect, perfect. Can I use this? Pine plank? I don't know. I'm going to use this hollowed birch log. I'm going to turn this back into regular logs, which I think is like this. No, it's not. This is hollow birch log from Quark. Okay. Apparently this hollow birch is only good for turning into fuel, so we're going to do that. But I know that with these diagonal logs, I think I can turn them into planks. Absolutely. Perfect. So if I put planks around our water wheel, we get a large water wheel, which is perfect. So let me... Ooh. The sun going down though. After a quick sleep, I am going to go put this water wheel on the side of our building so we can see how this rotational energy works, which, I'm also going to need a bucket because what I'm going to need to do is, even though, it would make sense that I could just put the water anywhere, this water isn't flowing, so I will have to create a little bit of flowing water right here in a pocket. All for looks, all for looks. So right here is where I need to place my water wheel. I think that's good right there. That appears to be good. So now what I need to do is create a little basin around this limestone. Just a quick little temporary basin. We're gonna make this look nice once it's all done, but we need to prevent water from flowing in a given direction. Ooh, I'm gonna need to get up underneath the house real quick without drowning. Again, none of this is necessary, it's just something that I want to do. And hey, even with that one bucket there, it appears we have ourselves some rotation. So I'm gonna have to figure something out to keep this isolated as a flowing water source. But there we have, let me step back a little bit, a spinning water wheel. That looks absolutely fantastic. That's gonna be a great source of energy. So what that means is inside, we can extend this shaft out here with those extra ones we have right here. Boom, just like that. And we can continue it even further if we want. And there's a lot more stuff we can make. But that is the start of our power source. And one big thing we can do is using some cogwheels, which I'll make up in just a moment, we can figure out how to make a gear ratio, which is one of my favorite things about Create. Okay, I took some time off camera to work on some of the details of the house here, and I think there was a skeleton out here, but he's right there. Okay, hey buddy, how are you? Get on out of here. Get out of my house. Come on, I just built this thing. You were using my awning to stay alive, weren't you? Well, I'll take your arrows and show you the outside of the house. Now, we're missing a roof still because I've been following along with the image, and if you want that image, I've linked it down in the description below, and I've credited the original person who came up with this design. It's not exactly the same, but similar enough. But their design uses... Right, okay, so we'll fill that in later. Nothing got damaged, but like I was saying... Oh, we have our obituary here. Let's throw that over here. We need some hay bales, and I know certain people who have hay bales, so it looks like we are going to be heading to this village in today's episode. So we're going to make a quick expedition over there. Do I have enough apples in my pocket? I do. So we're going to make a quick expedition over there for our last bit of hay, so we can finish off our little house. I guess we're going to need a name for this village up here as well, so if you've got a name for this as well, leave it in the comments below, because we got to name everything. We're going to make trade with these people. It's going to be great. We're going to have a good time making this happen. Oh, well, this is a lovely village. Oh my god, there's a whole castle in the center. Yeah, this is a great structure. Hello there, you're just the man I'm looking for. No, you're not, you're a fisherman. The hell is a farmer? What's a guy gotta do to get a farmer around here? Right, some weird terrain generation going on, but I did find a hay bale, so I'll take that. Now we just need, you know, enough to make a roof. Where is the farmer in this village? I cannot seem to find him. He must be down here. This seems kind of farm-like. Hello? Oh, make a leap of faith. Eat some apples. Hello? Is there a farmer around here? Ah, there should be a farmer somewhere nearby. Look at this lovely barn. Right, okay, so there's supposed to be a farmer down there, but there's not. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up a villager, which I can do. I'm gonna bring you down here, buddy. I'm gonna bring you down here. Right in here. Right in here is where you need to go. Now, please, please, please use this. Come on, become a farmer. There you go. Become a farmer. Something tells me he's not gonna become a farmer. Well, that village was a bust, but it's cool to have the neighbors. Eventually they'll be of use to us, but as of right now, it's gonna take a lot more time to get some hay over there than it would to just harvest it myself, so I'm gonna go do that. Before I do that, I wanna stop by the house, and I wanna show you guys how we can put these gears together. Also, take a look as we're coming home what I've done over here. I sort of found a way to fix the water wheel situation. I made it look nice and decorative. And also, I found that if you slap planks on the water wheel, you can make it any color wood you want. So that is our pine wood right there. And I must say, it looks absolutely fantastic. That is magnificent. So in order to show you how this works, we're gonna need a cogwheel. We're gonna need a big cogwheel. So I'm gonna need to cut out a section of the floor here, which is gonna be just fine, because we're not going to need to walk there, and eventually I'll make that look all nice and organized. But that is going to be the start of what we need to do. But in order to get a good gear ratio, we're going to need to take a large cog and then attach a smaller cog onto it. And as you can see, we've basically almost doubled our rotational speed. Every one turn of this one is going to be 2 turns right here. And so all we have to do then is get another large cog. We're going to shove that onto there. So now we have a large cog going twice the rate of our water wheel. And then I need an andesite casing, which an andesite casing is very easy to make. All we need is a log. Maybe this pine log will do. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Some mod interferences can get crazy with one another, but then I should just be able to put andesite alloy on just like that, and we make ourselves an andesite casing. Now, with this andesite casing, you can do a lot of stuff. This is the basis for a lot of machines, but right now I want to use it in order to make an encased drive. Boom, just like that. So we're still getting that rotational force from the water wheel, but now I can make this a lot more compact by putting that right there, that tiny gear right there. And if I hadn't had this andesite casing, this would have connected to the stem right there, and we would have stressed the machine out and it would have broken. But right now we have almost, what is that, 4 times the amount of speed, and we're gonna need to power this up a little faster. This doesn't have a lot of energy behind it, so we could very easily overstress this mechanism. So what I'm gonna do is take a quick break, and I'm gonna come back after I have finished fully decorating this place up and making it look real nice and show you our first starter base. Okay, so it's the next day, and I have had some time to really work on this house, so let me go ahead and show you guys what all I have done. Now, I've done some general decorating, but as you can see here, I've also thrown the roof on here, and that took quite a while because I basically had to use my own little wheat farm here, but you'll notice I didn't actually make it out of hay bales because I used the far cheaper material called thatch, which also allows you to have slabs and stairs, which I think allows for a lot more texturing up there and makes it look just all the better. I've gone ahead and done all the detailing work on the outside and done some on the inside, and I think that this house is done. I think it's really nice, and it's going to be a great little starter home. But before we go today, I want to go ahead and try to get that millstone up and running, and that's going to require a couple last-minute things. So I'm going to need some andesite. I'm going to need a andesite casing, so I'll use this pine log that I have. Make 4 of those real nice, and then I should be able to combine this with a cogwheel and some stone, and that should give me what I need. 1 cogwheel, 1 stone, and 1 andesite casing gives me a millstone. Now the millstone is very unique because it needs a horizontal gear, which we don't currently have that. And the only way to convert power like that is with either a gearbox or just using gears themselves. So I'm gonna go ahead and make 1 more large cogwheel, and I'm gonna apply it right here. And boom. So we're not actually getting that full ratio right here, But that's going to be okay for our purposes today, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. For now, we have our first mechanism up and running, and what a millstone is good for is a lot of things. We can grind down stones, and we can grind down crops, just like this wheat here. So if I throw the wheat right here into the top, see, we get that nice little particle effect right there. And in a couple seconds here, I'll be able to reach inside and pull out flour, wheat flour to be precise, and that's good for a lot of different recipes, including dough, and mainly dough, but also honey candy, so we will be needing some dough eventually. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today, and I hope you enjoyed this series. I want to do a lot of these, so please go ahead and hit that like button and also subscribe if you're new. But until then, my name is HazardousDaniel, and I'll see you guys next time.